What's up, preppers? I was sent a gift from somebody on the Discord group. This is from Rob from Discord, so thank you very much. And this is Limitless Equipment Survival Kit Mark 1. Now, you can still find these online. I've seen some places still selling them. But when I went to the actual Limitless Equipment website that's on here, it doesn't seem to be there anymore. So if you find one, pick it up, because I'm not sure if they're even making them anymore. But it is made with pride in the UK. So this is the Survival Kit Mark 1. Let's lay it out, see what's inside. So here we are. Open it up. The first thing I notice, it's got this thin Ranger band on. So we'll take that off. That always come in handy. Now, the first thing I will say, this is a lot bigger than things like the Altoid tins. So although it might fit in the pockets of like some combat pants or the side pocket of a bag, it's not going to be that easy to throw in a pair of jeans. Let's see what's inside. So, inside the surface, got a nice shiny surface there. You wouldn't have a shave in it. We could definitely use it as a signal mirror. It's reflecting off the walls as I do that. First off, we have a little compass. Does seem to be working. Not very well though. It's I definitely wouldn't be trusting a little compass like that. But here is one of the little saws for cutting down wood. Now I've seen these in quite a few sets, but what I've not seen before is it's got these rubber handles on, because if you've had the wire versions of these, it can cut into your fingers as you're sawing with it. So that's a nice little touch there, the rubber handles on that. So good quality, handy little piece of kit there. Here we have fishing line, different gauges of fishing line, weights inside there, as well as hooks, a couple of weights, a couple of hooks, and a couple of little fake rubber maggots. So a very simple basic fishing kit. I'm not sure the maggots would be really worth, I don't know if that'll even work potentially. I'm not a fisherman, but I would imagine sourcing your own bit of bait, a bit of a worm or a bit of a real maggot would be better in that case. Next we have a couple of different, we have like a paracord there. It's also got like the material in there that is like tinder cord as well. So a piece of paracord, and also wrapped in there is two small cable ties, all held together with this little Velcro strap. So can't go wrong with some paracord in any kit. Little Maggie stock cube, source of iron, which is an interesting addition. It's not actually on the label for the box, but there's two of them. Do you know what? I like a bovril, so a nice little stock cube to go in some hot water. Bit of nutrition, love it. Here we have some rolled up, taped up duct tape. Good for wounds, good for repairs. Always a quality bit of kit to have in there. We have some more Ranger bands, a thicker choice there of Ranger bands. In the side here is a ferro rod down that side, and I assume, yep, if we take the striker out, that, there we go. Not a great one, but it did cause a spark, so handy little ferro rod there with a striker. The striker is quite sharp as well, so could be used as a improvised cutting implement. surgical blade, So that's a sterile surgical blade held within there. Looks like a plaster, so you don't want to mistake that up. Piece of chewing gum. Interesting one. Not sure how stale that will be, but as well as something you could potentially use for a repair, the actual chewing gum itself, the foil here with a AA battery can loop over, and that's a fire starter. The batteries themselves are in a little plastic case, but they've obviously been in there for a while. They've got some wear for them, so we'll assume that that little light works, but the batteries that are packed in this need replacing. What I do like about this light is it seals. It's got this little rubber bit round here, not just grip, but I can imagine off the end of your rod that would be handy for something like night fishing as well. So we'll assume that works, but these batteries have definitely been in storage too long and they've had it. We have a sugar, so I imagine there's a whole brew kit in here maybe. We have 2 water purification tablets, 2 little packets of salt. I mean, I'm not sure seasoning is survival, but salt, you know, it's good for you. It's good for cleaning things as well. Mix with the water solution. We have a little pencil here. This folds out and is an adhesive wound dressing. We have, of course, a little rubber condom there. Now, this is not for an emergency nightclub situation. This is a water carrier. So these are huge. They stretch out and they can carry like 1 litre or 2 litres of water. I can't remember the exact numbers, but a good water carrying option. There's a small vial here. It's like a little test tube, plastic test tube, and inside there is petroleum jelly or Vaseline or something similar, which not only could be used for medical purposes, but it's also an accelerant when it comes to starting a fire. We have a tampon in there, and again, this isn't for hygiene purposes. This you can break out, pull apart. It can become a really large wadding of like cotton wool basically, and that can be a fire starter tinder wise, but it can also be used to pack wounds in an emergency. We have 2 of the small chemical lights that you crack and they light up. They're supposed to light for about 8 hours. I would half that time for actual usable light. Then it's so dim you can barely see it. But again, combined with the fishing gear, could be a nice little float on the end. We have some copper wiring, all sorts of uses for that, especially when it comes to repairs. A paper clip, similar sort of thing. We have what essentially is a sewing kit that you'd probably see in a set of crackers for Christmas. Don't forget, Christmas is coming. When everyone opens them crackers and leaves them little gadgets behind, you want them. This is a coffee filter. Anyone who's not seen these before, they're just the coffee filters that go in the top of coffee machines. Now, what this is, in this case scenario, is an emergency water filter. Now, this isn't going to purify any water, but water going through this, using a purification tablet in your water carrier, and you have your clean emergency drinking water. Another paper clip, 2 safety pins, another great item to have with you for repairs and things. A small piece of lined paper. You could split that up and use 4 of them, but you've got the pencil. You can leave a note, leave a message, anything like that. And then in here we have a larger piece of what is essentially tin foil. There we go. Now, again, a multi-use item. Can be used to collect water, can be used to reflect the sunlight towards warmth and fire, and more so in this case scenario, if you've used up your tablets, this can be formed into a form of cup. You could even use the tin as a gauge, press it all down, bring it out, and you could actually boil your water using a makeshift container with that. Loads of uses, lots of uses for that. And that is it. So there we have it, the Limitless Equipment Survival Kit. Now, I know sugar can have medical uses, but I don't see the need for that right here in this. We're not having a whole cup of tea going on. And then you've got the salt. Again, there is multiple uses for salt when it comes to the medical side of things, but in something like this, I'm not sure I see the benefit of having that there. Most of the other stuff, yes, excellent. There's a few additions I might take for my tin. For one, I don't have an emergency water carrier in my tin. Yes, big surprise, the man with 5 kids doesn't have any of these. The coffee filter is a great idea, especially considering it takes up no space. Anything like this that can fold down flat will take up no space is brilliant. So this and this, for me, are 2 ideas I'm definitely going to take and put into my system. So that was the Limitless Equipment Survival Kit Mark 1. Let me know what you think of it. It does have a list of most of the contents on the back. Funnily enough, not all of them though. There's a few extras in there. One of the notes on here is the paracord, as it were, is actually fire cord, Tactiglow fire cord, 7-strand, 550 pound weight that it can hold, and it's waxed and it's got a tinder core for fire starting. That's what that little tough bit is in the middle. So some thought gone into the actual, not just throwing a bit of paracord in there. There's definitely some thought gone into all of this. Let me know what you think. Let me know about the salt and sugar. What uses do you think you'd have for them, if any, and are they worth packing? And yeah, love to see your comments on this one. Thanks for watching. Massive big shout out again to Rob from our Discord group. Thank you for sending me this. I'll put it to some great use. And for everyone else, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Yeah.